Hi everyone, how's everyone going? It's Friday. I just want to share with you, I actually made a really beautiful bone broth this week, and I'm having it probably, I started off every day and now I'm having it every second day until I finish it. And it's just beautiful. I'm nearly finished this, but it's just got such a nice flavour and it really feels nourishing for your body. And I just want to show you that having this bone broth with just the broth would probably give me around the 10 grams of protein. And if I add some of that, chicken from the wings that I put in there, I would get another 10 grams from that. So that's about a 20 gram protein source. So I just wanted to share that with you and also talk about getting the complete proteins in your body. So proteins are made up of 20 essential or 20 amino acids actually. So you've got your non-essential and your essential, so ones that you have to have from your diet. So if you get your protein from animal sources, you will get a complete protein. So you will have all those amino acids in there and it will create a protein, all right? If you're vegetarian, you will need to get that protein from possibly two sources. So things like adding your grains with your legumes, you will get a complete source of protein. On their own, you won't, all right? So you need to think of that when you're having protein from plant-based foods, all right? So think complete protein, because if you don't have all those amino acids, you will not create that protein. So it's like almost like an all-for-one type effect, if that makes sense. So you want to make sure you get all those essential amino acids, all right? And I just wanted to, I'm going to actually add a link in here. It's from the Baker's Heart and Diabetes Institute. They're based in Melbourne and they have some wonderful resources on, all different parts of our health, but the one I'm going to share with you is in regards to our serving sizes with our plate size, right? So it'll show you how much protein to put on your plate, your vegetable source, your grains, and it gives you some really good visuals that you can look at and then look at, okay, what am I having? Is that what I'm doing, or am I not having enough? And it just helps you in understanding the balance between, all those macronutrients. All right, so have a look at that. It's quite interesting, and they've got so much more resources. I'll keep sharing further links from there. They get all their, it's a reputable source. They get all their information from the Australian guidelines, so it's pretty accurate. So just want you to think of your complete proteins, all right? Have a look at that link if you like. And the other thing I just want to share with you, I also spoke to you last week about hormones and their reaction with protein, all right? So how that works together. So I was just reading some information in my textbooks that I use for my course. And, I was just reading some information about insulin, for example. So protein activates our insulin when our blood glucose rises. All right, so they're the sort of functions that protein also do in our body. It also helps to regulate our estrogen or activate that through growth. So teenagers that are going through those big changes. And that's what got me thinking about, well, what happens in perimenopause and menopause? Because our hormones, our estrogen levels, our progesterone levels, our LSH, our LH levels, all these levels are doing this. They're going through all this. It's very unpredictable, just different stages, because we're going through a transition, all right? And part of me is thinking, it shouldn't be that hard. Like we shouldn't be getting the symptoms are awful for some people. And I'm noticing a lot more as I've gone through it. I'm also noticing a lot of other women and men as well that are also getting that dip in their testosterone as well. So I kind of think, well, if it helps in those hormones and it helps with estrogen through growth, then surely it would help with, if we have enough of those complete protein sources, it's got to help with regulating our hormones, or just helping that transition, making that transition a little bit easier. I don't know 100% if it does, but from my experience, I've actually cut out gluten in my diet because I'm on the 30-day reset program. And because I've cut out the gluten, I've introduced a lot more protein in my diet. And I've noticed a significant decrease in my symptoms. I can't say 100% if it's that. I'm in my 3rd week, so I will see, because I will reintroduce gluten in my diet. I'm going to try and I am going to keep my protein content to where it's at now. and I'll see how I go with my symptoms. But I'm happy to have any one-on-ones with anyone that's going through any perimenopausal symptoms or changes, at that stage in their life, because I'm going through it. I've had some significant, symptoms as well. So I'm happy, I understand. So, and I'm doing a lot of research on it, a lot of reading. So I'm happy to share anything that I learn, and I'm hoping just to learn a lot more and finding out more, because I'm not going to settle for this type of, this transition. I want it to be as smooth as possible, and I just feel that it can happen. So I'm happy to help. And I'll leave it at that. So think of your complete proteins. Make sure you're getting those sources into your body. Really important for lots of reasons, as we spoke about. And enjoy the rest of your night, your day, and your weekend. And we'll catch up next week.